What me talking about tonight, the title is Projections of Defeatism. And basically the title kind of speaks for itself. You got a lot of people that they might be having issues in life. Even people, that are really popular. People that, are extremely popular as far as, YouTube or social media, whatever. Um, they don't tell you, like, what's going on with them. They might be re- you know dealing with weight issues, health issues, um, financial distress. And don't get me wrong, I'll give it, it's a lot of stuff going on in the United States. United States is pretty much at a crossroads. If you want to talk about just overall how society is in America, it is really, really crazy. I I never, I've been on this earth for over 40 years now, and I've, seen some stuff that just recently where it is crazy. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say this is really, really, really crazy. Society is in America, even other countries, but I just say America is really, really bonkers. Um, and if you really do follow a lot of these people, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of what helped me mentally to get my bearings is to basically cut off the radio, cut off of, like, basically the TV for the most part, and just kind of watch your own content, like kind of control what you watch. If you want to stream some, you could, go stream some. You want to watch some music or listen to some music, you can go individually listen to music, because radio is called programming for a reason. TV is called TV programming for a reason. They talked about these things kind of subliminally in the movie 1984. Other movies, kind of like conspiracy, you could call them tinfoil hat movies, like the Brave New World and stuff like that. Yeah, you can get programmed, man, to be a fucking absolute nut job. That's why a lot of people actually are nut jobs. And they have no, I mean, almost their, permanent nut jobs, where you like, what the hell's wrong with this guy, and it's like he's being programmed. Now, unfortunately, you can be programmed even by somebody with a social media presence, or a YouTuber. You got people follow people, man. Um, and it's not, me. It'll sound like I'm hating, but it's people, man, that you just gotta look at it for what it is. Like, I'll never forget. Somebody said, "Man, if you still broke, man, you know, you gonna have to take that genius title and just call it. You gonna have to change your name." And I didn't cuss this person out. I didn't say anything, or, you know, I totally agreed. And I don't even think, yeah, it wasn't no chat. It was like a live stream, and I was on a panel, and I totally agreed with him. I said, yeah, if I haven't improved in a certain amount of time, it's not I'm a genius. I'm an actual, broke fool. And it's like, yeah, I agree with that. And you got a lot of people, man, that unfortunately they are following broke fools. And they would never know none the wiser, because here, this is what some people acknowledge, yeah, I'm not, I'm broke or whatever, I'm struggling. But this is what most people do, right? You gotta, this is kind of how you can tell when people are kind of financially inept. They don't never want to talk about money. Or when they bring up money, when a conversation about money comes up, they talk about how dudes they paint a portrayal of guys that have money and resources as they're like all simps. They all don't get value from women, or they have failed relationships with women. They put a mix into it, and they bring women into it, and how these guys, yeah, they have money, but they basically have, struggling relationships, and they spend it in women, spend it about women and rich men having failed relationships, as if to say all wealthy and rich men have failed relationships, which is not true at all. I mean, the reason why they do this is why they do this. It's because they're projecting that, oh no, you don't really want to glorify, those guys, because those guys that aren't broke, ain't living with their mom in the basement, ain't have some type of wealth to where they can go anywhere in the world they want. They can live anywhere in the world they want. uh Drive whatever they want to drive, fly wherever they want to go. I mean, um, these types of people, they always talk about it as if they're just these cucks and simps and losers with women. Like as if all guys that have money are losing with women, and also as if broke guys or guys that's financially struggling is women winning with women. I could tell you, as somebody that's been financially struggling a lot of part of my life, and is just recently, by the stroke of a fucking executive fucking what executive decision, and has had some fortune, and definitely purchasing real estate, and investing and stuff like that. I can tell you, most of the people that I lived around, I've seen, even times where, I've seen, other people, locked up in jail. These people were mostly not, none of them for the most part was wealthy or rich, and a lot of them were struggling with the chick, you know. Um, and it was a situation where they chick, started, getting in an argument with them. Something happened, and then they, basically things got heated, and they put their hands on the woman, and they in the, jail cell, um, fighting a domestic violence charge. A lot of the guys, man, was fighting a domestic violence charge, and these men were not rich by no regard, and they didn't even have they was so poor they didn't have bail money to even get out. Okay, they couldn't afford. A lot of them couldn't even afford the bail money. So the thing is that that lets you know when people start talking like that. That lets you know right there. This person is financially inept. He's see, when the way you supposed to play it, and this is how you supposed to go with it. When you're struggling financially, you're not supposed to project onto somebody else that has money as if you know they're this way, because yeah, they might have the money, but you insert some type of negative connotation to them having money, as to say, oh yeah, they do have money, you acknowledge that, but they have more money, way more money than you, but they have this negative trait or this negative value about them. No, that's not, that's some weak shit to do. And it shows that you will never have money. You will always be probably struggling until you recognize the man in the mirror. You a broke, dusty bum that, doesn't take life serious, and your life reflects that you don't take life serious. And it's just, finances is just like anything else. As far as if you take it serious, then your money, your finances will take things serious. If you don't take things serious, and it goes to show, the same thing with your health, physical fitness, whatever. You're not going to get anything out of it because you're not taking it serious. For example, I was watching some of the highlights with Canelo, and I think his name is Charlo. I think Charlo, Jamil Charlo, or something like that. Okay, basically, Canelo is in multi. He got like multiple belts. He's like an undisputed champion. I think like middleweight or something like that. And he's a pretty good fighter. Very fierce, fast. He packs a punch when he throws a punch. And Charlo, as far as I know, he's a pretty good fighter as far as I can see. I've seen a couple of his fights. Now, Charlo came into the ring very relaxed, very, reserved. And it's like, that's not the type of energy that you need to bring to an undisputed, boxing champion or welterweight or whatever champion. That's not something you could. This guy got multiple belts. In case you didn't know what undisputed means they got multiple belts in different, like they got different boxing associations. This person has a ring, a belt in multiple boxing, or if not all boxing associations. That's what that means. So when you come in the ring and you reserved, and everything, you relaxed, and you about, it's like you about to, you about to get in the bathtub or the shower, and just sit down and then get a soak in. I mean, obviously, that's not the same type of energy that you need to have to beat somebody like that. And we all saw what happened, and he got beat pretty bad. And it's like, yeah, you got to take things very, very serious, man. Or a lot of times, man, you're not gonna have the result that you're looking for or that you want. You know, that's how that works. So yeah, a lot of people, are, pretty much defeated. And and it's like I said, I'm gonna go back to this country. This country is crazy as hell, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this country is bonkers. You got basically a bunch of, rainbow this, rainbow that. They trying to shove a rainbow down your motherfucking throat. I mean, this motherfucker, man, is trying to throw a goddamn. They trying to they trying to throw a rainbow, shit down your goddamn esophagus. They want everybody to be a fucking rainbow. I mean, it's like, this shit is wild. And then you got people, uh you see them one summer they one way, the next summer you see them like they got turned out. Like somebody turned their ass out. And I told y'all before, I said, hey, you know, I said this before. You think they trying to, you scared of prison and shit, jail and prison. You think you scared of prison, right? They gonna fuck you in prison. Man, they trying to fuck you outside the jail in prison. You think they not? And I mean, they certainly can. And you waiting, you trying to, not go to prison or whatever, thinking oh, I'm cool as long as I don't go to prison. Man, they trying to hit you outside the prison. Okay, they trying to rub that rainbow down your throat. Now I just heard, I just listened outside, and I just heard it sound like somebody went down the street with a flat tire that's on a rim. Like, but I mean, yeah, it's that dude is definitely struggling, and a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people struggling, and then you got a lot of people, man, that let's just face it. A lot of this stuff is the combination of how people were raised. How people were raised. So you got a lot of people that were raised by a single mom. You don't have a lot of masculine influence in men and women. So guess what? Now a lot of people don't know how to do a lot of things that when I was growing up, it was kind of common nature, like change a tire. People don't even know how. People don't know how to fix houses and shit. That's why people are averse having problems with real estate and shit. You don't know how to fucking work on no house. You don't know the inner workings of a house. You don't know what a soffit and fascia is. You don't know what a roof pitch is. These things, were kind of taught to kids and young adults, man, in the 70s, 60s, 80s. I mean, they kind of, phased these things out. They took out, a lot of home, like construction classes and stuff like that. And if you probably grew up in the hood, they didn't really have a lot of resources, so they probably didn't have that stuff. So yeah, I mean, this is all, a combination of a lot of men not being in the household for whatever reason. A lot of men were pushed outside the house. Um, and like for example, even Tupac, come to find out, man, Tupac mama was running away from her basically her baby daddy, which was Tupac's father. Told Tupac a bunch of lies. I mean, obviously, if you smoke rocks, right? If you're a crackhead, lying ain't shit. You don't smoke crack. Obviously, you'll tell a lie. He thinking that his daddy, goddamn it, gone and ain't in his life all the while. He stayed down he in New York somewhere, in Jersey or somewhere, um, and because his mama told him his daddy was dead or gone or somewhere or whatever, and he believed it because he had no other choice to believe it. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it is fucked up. These all of these things have consequences. These actions have consequences. A lot of times people don't understand it, and then they got to deal with it. You even seeing what you seeing? What's the dude, the gospel singer, uh, Kirk Franklin? He's kind of saucy or whatever. His dad wasn't really in his life because his mama told him his dad was somebody else. Then they had to do a DNA test. Dude, like damn near pushing 50. I mean, pushing 60. He got to do a DNA test to find out who his daddy is. What's going on, T Riddler? Yeah, he gotta do a DNA test on who his daddy is. Pushing, he about pushing 60. He gotta find out who is. He gotta reconcile with his dad in his 50s, cause his no good mama didn't tell him who his real dad was, and then tried to flip it, because she didn't want to feel any shame. And it's like, man, I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it is fucked up. Society already is rough. I mean, living in the world, living in nature, Mother Nature, it's gonna make life rough. I mean, nature itself is rough. Well, nature is pretty, right? A pretty hummingbird, but Mother Nature is rough. Tornado come through and kill the whole, kill 10,000, 1,000 people. I mean, but that's all. That's hard as itself to have people to just do certain actions and stuff like that. That definitely all of these actions have consequences, and you see the combination of those consequences. To be honest, man, I do have some type of understanding that, yeah, it is like really really bad. It's really tripped out. You got a lot of socially awkward women, because they talk about the men, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The women are very very socially awkward as well. you know um they don't really like communicating. They have an aversion to men. It is some things that are different that I notice. I notice a difference between the 90s to now, as far as the women. A lot of those women are older, they have children, they have grandchildren now. um you know a few, so some of them are spinsters or whatever. But yeah, it is fucked up. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's also a positive. It's a lot of positive, man, with how things are right now. You have a lot of technology, you have a lot of science, a lot of innovation is already at your fingertips. You have high performance computers at your fingertips, which is a modern day cell phone. You can damn near do everything on it. Um, Now, I will say, as far as just the whole dating aspect, it seems like, and I've already talked about this. I talked about this about 2 years ago. The dating app thing, it's kind of seems like it's dead. I mean, as far as I could see, the whole dating, like, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll help you out. I'll give you a free 99 piece of advice. If you're taking women online serious, like you're really trying to get to know them, you really, you're trying to vie for their attention, that is a fool's gambit. You're you're wasting your time. The reason why is, yeah, it's possible you can meet somebody online, but I mean, if you're banking on that, you could literally waste your time, waste your life away, and money, because these women, they're looking at it like a, I mean, they already got a boyfriend or somebody like that. They got men that they deal with. So then you coming on there, these women got, their inboxes filled with men trying to reach out to them. And don't get me wrong, they're dumb. I believe, I'll tell it to their face that they're idiots, because like, you complain about men, and you got a whole bunch of men in your inbox that's trying to, get to know you. They want to get your number. They want to talk to you. It doesn't even matter, if you live in Maine, and then they live in Portland. You got plane, tickets, 24-hour flights and shit like that, airports, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can meet somebody long distance. I mean, people have, done that for as long as there's been people. So the thing is that, yeah, I mean, the consequences for women is that, yeah, all of these past opportunities that will lead them to a situation where, you know, after a while, they won't those opportunities will dwindle. It will soon be nobody trying to check for you. And I'm gonna be honest with you, as men, we do have the value of older age that women don't have, and they really get sour about that. All you got to do is bring up older age. When you talk to a woman that's older, it's about pushing past 35. All you got to do is talk about older age stuff and see how the conversation it'll start getting so sour she don't even want to talk to you no more. She be like, "What are you talk? Can we talk about something else?" Because yeah, the thing about it is when men get older, we have the opportunities that a lot of times those a lot of women don't have. Very few women are looking good past 40. They just and then here's the thing. A lot of women, and I've said this before, a lot of men don't really understand this. I think a lot of younger men don't really understand this. Women's main, not gonna say main, but one of their main negotiation tactics is their womb. That's one of their main especially with young men that have no children. You want to have a family. You want to have some type of like communal family structure or something like that. I mean, most men that's what they want. So when a lot of women, they really try to get the best deal possible. They'll have an abortion if they think the guy is not worthy. They really try to negotiate that. And when you already have children, that's one of the reasons why these women don't really want to deal with the man that already has children, because you're not thirsty to have children. Women like a dude that's thirsty to start a family, want to get married and all. When you're not thirsty like that because you already have children, that really takes away a lot of their negotiation, tactics and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, this I ain't gonna hold you. I'm talking about the the defeatist projectors, the people, basically spewing defeatism. I mean, yeah, it is rough in America, man. Even for white folks, they getting torn out the frame. You got the Mexicans coming over the border. They're here to bring labor, bring offspring, boost the demographics, and also contribute. They gonna pay taxes. They gonna build up these dying communities. You got a lot of dying communities across America. Gary, Indiana was fucking dead. And then people like myself, you got Mexicans coming in, rebuilding houses. Got a bunch of people trying to make some money. I mean, just think about it. Like a lot of these, areas, man, they dying. And then here's the thing. I mean, I ain't gonna say, white people do have a lot more wealth and resources, right? You would think they would be fucking like crazy, but they're not. They're not. They're not fucking. They're not making babies. Like they complain about when they see a black dude fucking a white woman, and they get so pissed off that they go, some of the incels go get AR-15s and shoot up somewhere or whatever. But it's like, okay, well, why don't you go fuck your bitch and make some babies, and go sit down somewhere. That's what your grandpa did or whatever, but the thing is, these motherfuckers they're not having any children. They not the most people. Okay, the most I think they said like 25% of kindergartners was basically Hispanic or Latino, whatever you want to call it, right? 25%. And they're saying they're projecting this probably might go, it might be even half. But I'll be honest with you. I'm educated. I'm highly educated. You might, so I don't know who didn't know that or didn't get the memo of that. But yeah, when I was in college, they were already in the books. They were already talking about. I remember when I took a sociology course, they were already projecting in the college textbooks that by about 2050, Hispanics would be a majority of the population. In case y'all didn't know that. Now, I don't think it's gonna be that fast, but they were already projecting that is, basically people from Latin America, Central America, as well as Mexico, is going to be a majority of the population. Now there are majority population in California, and I think other states. But yeah, I mean it's you got white people are primarily like 70% of the population. I think that it's still that way now. It's dwindling. But yeah, these motherfuckers are not they're not fucking. And not trying to start families. They got complaints. They complaining harder than even black men are complaining about their women and what, the problems that they have. And I ain't gonna lie, I mean, I don't think you don't call I'm not, talking about, where the white women at or whatever. I don't think white women are my savior. Like I'm not retarded. Like I don't, I know what's going on, right? Like white women really created feminism in case you didn't fucking know that. Like they literally created the shit. They wrote the fucking textbook and handed it to, black women, literally, and others. So I mean, you think you gonna, have the world, go, get you a white chick. I mean, come on, please. You might be in a worse situation if you get with Keisha. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally like I don't, I never thought that. But the thing is that yeah, it's a lot of jacked up people in this country. Jacked up mindsets. Like I said, they trying to throw a rainbow down your throat. You get to you might, chances are you talk to somebody, right? Meet somebody, they they want they want you, they want to be with you. They don't want a woman, they want to be with you. They want to go home with you, and and it's like the women, they got rainbow purses, rainbow shoes, rainbow necklaces, rainbow this, rainbow, letting yes, I like women. I lick, I lick women, for fun. I have a girlfriend. And it's like, yeah, I mean, this is this is what happened in Rome. This is what happened in ancient Rome, the Greco-Roman times. If you have a bunch of people that they don't want to have children, they don't want to start any families. You can't really start a family, really. I mean, the traditional sense of a family, which is a man, woman, and child. It's Steve and Adam and Mary and Eve. They're with each other having a family. And it's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Hello, have you researched Rome in the fall of Rome? Have you seen that? And then all of the women that complain about men and I want this and I want that, and it's like, yeah, hello, you forgot you need men. Men hold other men back from the gates of tyranny. Huh. All men have to do is be like, you know what? We'll just let the gates open, and that's kind of what they're doing. It's kind of what you could say the migrants are the barbarians at the gate. I mean, they just, oh, come on in, yeah, yeah, come on, and yeah, that's what's going on. I literally am seeing it. Like, that's one thing I'll say. Like, researching history, seeing patterns and stuff like that, it's very, very key as far as looking at what's going to possibly happen. And I'm not saying that I don't. You should. It's not fucked up. What I don't agree with, and that's why I'm going live and talking about this, is I don't think that you should be defeated. I don't think that people should be preaching defeatism. Just, hey, just curl up into a ball and just hold on. Like, I think that's very cringe. I don't preach no defeatism. Oh, we got Isaac Guerrero, get with a Latina. Yeah, I mean, I said that on the other live stream. I mean, you know, um, definitely, I don't dislike anybody. I'm not, I think that you should get with somebody that's for you. Get the best looking woman, the best, the most attractive woman that you want, that wants you. Um, whatever that is. Now I do like black women. I mean, I'm black. I when I put on my clothes, when I put my Puma shirt on, I put my Puma gym shoes to match. I definitely believe in matching. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my preference. I prefer to match. I don't put on Nike shoes with a Puma shirt and go to work or whatever, go out. Like, that's not what I do. I know some people do that. That's fine. It's no big deal. Whatever. But yeah, I like matching. You know what I'm saying? But if whatever, if whatever floats your boat, find your lost remote. But and I'm not even monogamous, so I don't give a fuck. My ideal situation would be, shit, I just have like 4 or 5 women, multicultural. Like, have me a blonde, have me a Latina, and probably 2 black chicks. Probably a light skinned one, brown skin or dark skin, whatever. Shit, fuck it. Just have all three. Have all 4. Have me a light skin, um, brown skin, dark skin. Shit, fuck it. Have it all represented. So, I mean, you should. I mean, and that's what is needed. I think that the Mormons was right. They got kicked out of Illinois in the 1800s. They went to Utah. I think they were right. You should have more than one woman. It's in the Bible. It's in the Quran. Um, so yeah, I don't. It's like a lot of people don't. A lot of that's another thing. That's why this shit is fucking sinking. People are not religious no more, and it's not like they're disciplined. I mean, some people are going towards scholarship and stuff like that, but then not everybody is doing that, and a lot of people are just going back to being like cavemen. It's like I see people kind of like almost de-evolving back to being a fucking caveman, and it's tripped out. What's going on, Nino? What's going on now? Yeah, I see people turning back to being a caveman, like on some caveman shit. And really, to be honest, you can't, Like you if you do that, you gotta know what you doing. Like if you're gonna be on some caveman shit, you still gotta be aware and intelligent as far as what's going on. Like you can certainly go out in the woods. I like watching dudes building campfires and you know building a house in the middle of the forest, a log cabin and shit. If you want to do that, yeah, you can certainly do that. You can go be off the grid and away from everybody and just, deal with wolves and bears and cougars and bobcats and shit and just be on some, caveman shit. But when I see people being cavemen, they're being dumb and just stupid and just getting down how they live, and then they getting caught by the police, and then they going to go see Nino, and Nino got to say closed door 59 clink clink because they were acting like cavemen in 2023 when it's goddamn it satellites going to Mars. It's space stations out in the middle of the above the atmosphere of Earth, international space stations. It's all kind of technology that's exists. This is a technological society. It's actually going towards that. Some people saying that this society is going towards a technocratic nation, like a techocracy, basically. Like everything is revolve around technology. And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. My first wife I met off the internet. My two daughters ain't is computer babies. I mean, I met my ex-wife fucking messaged me, and it's kind of like I want to say that might not be a good sign when a lot of men would talk about men women should approach you. I don't know if that's a good sign. That didn't work out for me, the whole woman approaching me shit. Cause yeah, they ain't really work out like that. But maybe yours will. But yeah, I mean it's my homie, one of my college homies, he his wife, he met his wife off the internet. A lot of people met off the internet. Alan Roger Curry, before he died, he met his wife off YouTube. His wife was one of his um people that he was giving a consultation to. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of technology out here. Like to be, if you're not religious, you're not grounded in religion, practices and stuff like that. You still got to be highly disciplined. It's not even my opinion. I strongly understand this, that you have to be very, very strongly disciplined, grounded, and aware. And if you're spiritual, you got to be got to understand different energies and different all kind of different things when it comes to your spirit and your energies and cosmic forces and all kind of stuff. I mean, you can go just going out the deep end. But yeah, I mean, you throw religion out the window, gotta have something to replace it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm seeing a lot of people getting tore off the frame that's through religion, out the window. They grandma, like I was talking to my uncle the other day, and I was like, man, because one of my cousins, she had just recently died. She had a heart attack. And I was like, man, when she was going to church, she was doing really, really good. And it's like she stopped going to church. It was like, that it ain't like she fucking excelled in life after that. She was going to church when she was like a teenager, and then she got older, And then, she went to college and everything like that. And it's like, yeah, she had a lot of problems. But when she was going to church, she was all right. I ain't saying she was an angel or nothing like that or a saint, but she was. It seemed like she probably should have kept going to the church. I mean, now her grandmother, well, her stepmother's mother, um was the one that had her in the church. But yeah, I mean, shoot, I don't think that a lot of people understand what's going on. Like looking at the links and stuff. Like, I'm not saying people should go to church or anything. I'm just saying people that have stopped going to churches and stuff like that. They ain't necessarily progress in life after that, unless you really understood, okay, I need to have some type of replacement. I need to, whatever it is, I need to, make sure I'm grounded, make sure I have some type of, understand. And then another thing, the church, a lot of things like religions, like church, whatever, synagogue, masjid, whatever where you go. Another thing is that these places are networking places. These places are where you meet people. And some of those people you do business with. I mean, certainly, I mean, that's where you find a woman, you get married, whatever, possibly, right? So a lot of that is not as well. Like, people they don't have that aspect of it as well. Like that's cut off. Um, and it's not a replacement other than, going to networking events and stuff like that. Those places are valuable resources when it comes to networking. Father or brother Jim that plays the organ. He does drywall. Ronnie, he's a good plumber. You know what I'm saying? Like these are what you got from going to going to the going to church and stuff like that. But certainly if you understand, you can get it together. You don't necessarily need to go, but I think some people do need to go to church or go to some type of religious center because they're inside of the constructs of some system. Uh, but yeah, it's society, man. It is rough, man. I ain't gonna lie. People don't have no love for each other. The music, it's no love in it no more. I was in a pawn shop, was looking for some deals or whatever, and they was and a song came on. It was Anita Baker, and it was I want to know what good love feels like. And I was like, God damn, that song took me back. Cause a lot of that was I was raised listening to that, man. And it was a really, really good song. I gotta listen to that again, but it just reminded me of when people, that song, man. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like that song, your mama probably used to listen to that, and that shit used to carry her ass, you know, through the week. You know what I'm saying? She used to motherfucking carry that song used to carry her, you know, throughout time, man, because that was a good song, man. You don't have see, that's another thing, the music, it reflects society in many ways. You got, a lot of these different songs, it's like really garbage. So you could see why society is the way it is. The music, man, kind of reflects it. And yes, no love. It's just, let me fuck, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, sex is an excellent thing, but you know, people don't talk about love no more, man. No, they act like love is you know, love is dead. You know, you would as far as I know it, love died. Love died in about what 2000 something. You know, you could even say love died in the 90s. And it's like, yeah, nobody, you know, there's no more love songs. You know, it just, you know, R&B, even R&B, you know, it's about, you know, can we fuck? You know, when we gonna fuck? And it's like, yeah, man, it's I ain't gonna lie, man, this shit is crazy, man. You know, I mean, this shit is wild. You know, cause it's like, man, I mean, now some of that shit was like programming, damn near programming you to be a simp. You know, I ain't gonna lie about that. You know, yeah, I want to know what good. Yeah, man, that shit, man. I put that shit on, man. I damn near. I ain't damn near. I got a discount. I was gonna buy a bike, but the bike didn't work. I ain't buy it. Man, that song came on. I said, man, let me get a discount. Man, them women, them women up in there, man, they gave me that fucking discount when that song came on, man. Shoot, man. I think, man, man, it's something, man. That song, man, was. Man, that song has some melodic power to it, man. I'm telling you, man, my mother, she used to go to work and probably listen to that, man. That shit get her through the whole day, boy. Like that's some powerful music right there, man. I mean, you really can't. Here's the thing, right? It's certain songs in the 80s and even 90s that you would ask some can match that. And then somebody will they brain a short circuit. They brain they their brain is just short circuit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like man, it's no comparison. Like like the 80s, I mean multicultural. You can go to white folks, you could talk about fucking Phil Collins, um shit, the heat of the night. You know, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Give me a song right now that go hard like that. Like, you know, I mean, fucking shit, blacks, whites, I mean, whoever was, you know, kept coming up with hits in the 80s, man, they are classics. Like, I mean, I know it's old and shit like that, but it's like listen to the music. Those are classics. You know, some people talk about the 70s, you know, I mean, I wasn't born then, but you know, a lot of music I have listened to from the 70s and they certainly still play those songs. But yeah, I mean, it's this shit ain't cool, man. I don't get me wrong. You know, it's not cool, but I don't agree with, you know, projecting defeatism. You know, I myself, if I'm a loser, and that's why I kind of tell y'all, yeah, this is what happened to me. This is what I'm going through. This is what I'm going through right now. This is what happened to me because I was going through with this. So I can be honest with you and tell you what's going on, what I overcame, where I'm at in life, so I don't lead you on to believe like I'm capping like I'm just some cool motherfucker that's, going through bags of money and shit. That's just, that, what I'm saying, that's not that. And I have overcome a lot from the, my financial struggles and stuff like that. And yes, I have. Now, the thing is that a lot of the people that you probably listen to that you really like listening to, if you write down where they are in life, what they've actually done, they're, childless. They haven't created any type of family existence. They just, talking on YouTube, you know, coming up, very smart individuals, but they ain't got a passport, they ain't got a marriage proposal, they ain't had a fiance, they ain't got no kids, they ain't got no motherfucking house, they ain't built no house, they ain't built a car. They ain't. I mean, it's just like you when you really gotta you gotta understand who you listening to, and you gotta look at it like this. Okay, at the very least, this person is just entertaining. It's just an entertaining motherfucker. That's it. Somebody that I can listen to before I go to sleep, and that's it. And that's cool. But if you really taking these people serious, that's where the problem is. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's something that fucking rocks your self-esteem and even your soul. If you listen to motherfucker, man, is projecting defeatism on you because they can't figure this shit out. Or whatever the case. I'm gonna be honest with you. I I'm not I'll just say it like this. There are women, as far as on a sociological level, this is why I even continue to talk about the whole mating and dating dynamic in America. It is a big issue. There are some good women left in America. A lot of them, I think, probably super religious. You damn near probably you kind of, to survive a lot of this shit. You do need some type of spiritual groundedness, some type of awareness, and stuff like that. Because you gotta think, if you're not, you're gonna fall for a lot of this shit. A lot of people are compromised. They fail for the rainbow. They fail for drugs. They fail for um, diseases and stuff like that. They got with men that they shouldn't have got with. Men got with women that they shouldn't have got with, and they got they compromised health wise. I mean, all kind of shit, man. This is a lot of stuff is going. A lot of people are compromised. And they get compromised. Every day, and it's like the thing is that it come from a lot of it comes from making bad decisions and not having proper guidance, not being raised properly, not having parents that provide you with some type of guidance, with some type of protection, some type of hedge from the ills of society. A lot of that's where that comes. And the thing is that even if your parents do provide that hedge, even if they do give you some type of protection, when you get older, you got to go out in the wilderness and you got to go and hunt, and whatever you kill you eat. And you go out there and you struggle, because you can't put can't pass a plate of food, can't fast, can't go to the gym, you can't what I'm saying, start running and exercising or get on a bike or whatever. So you get blow up, you turn into the Michelin man and shit. I mean, yeah, I mean it is what it is. The thing is that you gotta understand, you the human brain it naturally wants constant pleasure. It is averse to pain. You know, it is averse to pain. It wants constant pleasure. You want candy, you want ice cream, you want pop, which a lot of this stuff, it's real bad for you, as far as health wise, your teeth, people got teeth that's all fucked up, cavities and shit. Then you got to get root canals. That shit really does damage on your brain. It does damage on your bloodstream, your body, pop and all that, and it's like, meat, eating a lot of meat, it fucks your arteries up. You fucking bloated. Your arteries has got plaque in them. You damn near about to have a stroke or a heart attack. Can't breathe because your arteries are clogged. Because literally, that meat, that flesh, it just literally robs the blood of oxygen. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I mean, you really at some point gotta like curve it or damn near go without it if you could. Or like when I mean curve, meaning just eat like damn near don't eat hardly any meat at all. Like as far as like a lot of people eat it every day, eat it like twice a week or some shit to like once a week to almost like none to just get yourself off of it. Like I think after like when you get older, you shouldn't eat that much meat. You should start curving back on eating meat because it's just not good for you. And it fucks your teeth up too. You know, 'cause it clogs your gums. Your gums got blood. Blood flows through your gums. It's just really overall, man. That shit really wreaks havoc. And it's like, yeah, I mean, the thing is that health wise, you go on your own and then you can have all the ice cream you want, all the candy you want. You just, man, a lot of people just overdo it. Then if you put the drugs in there and all the alcohol and all that, and you don't know how to, know how to manage all that, you get messed up out here, man. And then you got problems. You got women that now it wasn't an issue, man, in the '90s finding a chick. I'm just, I hate, I hate to put that out there, like an old nigga or some shit. But in the '90s, it was not no problem finding no. If you ask a dude that's 40 some years old, 50 some years old, they gonna tell you, niggas was not complaining in the '90s about finding no chick. I'm talking about even if you was a fucking nerd, like you could find a chick. Like, I mean, it was not this fucking difficult. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, I mean, I know some dudes, are having it easier than others, but this wasn't no, I mean, universally all around, it was not an issue in the '90s. It just, that's the way people were, kind of like, that's the way society was. That's the way people were. People were more used to talking to each other. It was no text messages, no fucking Instagram messages, Twitter messages, Facebook messengers, and all that bullshit. People got used to just talking through a fucking computer screen or tablet or fucking cell phone. Back then, there wasn't none of that shit. You got people who are used to talking to each other, man. And getting a number was a big thing and all that. Now, people just they're not used to it. You're not. It's a people are not used to that. People are more socially awkward. Women are, what why a lot of y'all having a problem getting laid, because I've been fucking since 1995. I don't, if I can't get laid for a while or whatever, I'm cool. I can sit back and laugh. But y'all like the young dudes now, why y'all have probably having a problem getting laid and shit, problem with chicks. These chicks actually, because they saw their mama so fucked up in the game, being a baby mama, a lot of these chicks are just like actually abstaining from sex. You got a lot of, I'm swear to God, I see it, I'm seeing it. Like some of the, not all of these women on some sexy red type shit and all that, Suki Hana. A lot of these women, man, they so traumatized from what they mama did and what they seen their mama go through and shit like that, that they literally traumatized from dealing with men. Basically, what I'm saying is it's quite a few women that's on some femcel shit as well. And then also, so you got, if they not femcels, they're gay. They're fucking lesbians or bi. So they're not really dealing with men like that. So they, it's a lot of women. You see this on Twitter. A lot of women is gay as hell. They're like, they got the rainbow flag on their profile. So it's a different dynamic, man. It is like a difference. People will probably say, they'll say it ain't, but they're lying. They just, they're trying to push a certain narrative, whatever. But yeah, it is very much different. Now, here's the thing. This is where this is where I have to fucking pull. This is where I have no other choice. In order to not be a defeatist Negro, I have to pull out my passport and I have to get on a plane and fly the fuck on out. Because I mean that's pretty much like I have no other recourse other than yeah, like most black people are down south, southern border of the United States or whatever, like, Alabama, Louisiana. Louisiana, man, is, a lot of black women in Louisiana, man. You know, going down south might be something you probably need to, if you up north like me in the Midwest, you're gonna probably need to go, over the weekend or something, go take a trip down south somewhere, man. Go put your dating app to Louisiana, to Baton Rouge or some shit, Alabama or something like. 'Cause them the last black women in America. Like I saw that shit when I was in the Navy, man. Like, there's women from Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana. I ain't gonna say Florida, but yeah, them the last them the last Mohicans, man. It's like before you activate your passport, man, you gotta go man, in the Confederate territory, man. Get you a black woman, and you got a motherfucking, you can't leave her down there and move down there. You gotta transport her wherever you are. She gotta fly in. I mean, obviously, if she has children, that's not gonna work. You want to get one that don't have no children, so they can just leave. Come stay with you, wherever you are. If you in, wherever you are, So I mean, that's what I've been noticing for years, man. I've been noticing that for decades. Like that still hasn't changed, But I ain't, I ain't. It'll probably never be the '90s again or the '80s. Probably never. So I'm gonna continue to play my little, love songs and everything like that. Still play the music that I used to listen to in the backseat of my mother's car. You know, Anita Baker and After Seven and shit like that. But I mean, the thing is, it's not gonna probably be like that, man. I will say that I don't think it's gonna be like that, but I don't think I think there is still love left to give. It might be a little different. To be honest, I mean, um, I see some guys, man, that, they got more than one woman. They doing the whole polygamy thing or whatever. Um, some women have a hard time just, trying to get with one guy and having it, together. But I mean, I think, man, you should if you could find a woman that is pretty much okay with you being who you really want to be and everything like that, things that'll work out. But yeah, society is it will try to beat you down to think that you just gotta be, defeated, that you gotta just give up hope, and sell dope. Like, society will have you like that, and then you listen to somebody that they have gotten compromised to think that way. I just want to remind you and let you know that I I am definitely not defeated. This country has a lot of wealth. It has a lot of wealth to tap into. Okay, the women are the women. Okay, they're gonna think how they're gonna think. They're gonna get old, and some of them might think different. Who cares? Men, as I was gonna state earlier, we kind of own the golden years. The men own the golden years, and a lot of times women do not like that. They start to get sour the older they get. But men own the golden years. We can still be, on some mixed Mr. Biggs type shit. Ronald Isley type shit. You know what I'm saying? Be fly. Pepper hair and all. You know what I'm saying? Living good and fucking good. I mean, it's like that dynamic. Women can't really do that, and they really get disgusted. And that's fine. But you gotta understand. As a man, you have certain things that you could do, and a woman, you have certain things that you can do. But the thing is that yes, we do own the golden years. Women do not, and that's they own the younger years. Um, that's when they're popping and breaking hearts and leaving men with blue balls and all. But it has a time. Now the thing is that a woman, if she got with a man, she can coast with a man through those golden years, and they look better together. I will say that they do look better together. But when you see a single woman at 55 and she still feels like she got it, and she's the she's like so hot, it's hilarious. It's comical, and it's like it, it's funny that I mean a lot of men will co-sign them and bump their head up and give them the likes that they have, but deep down they know it. They cry the mascara off, and they drink their wine, and they understand that their best years is all the way past them. And that guy that they should have got, that he's got the wife and kids, and he's posting every time off Instagram and Facebook his family photos, and all they have is wine and a poodle. It does hurt them. It does hurt. And these, like I said, all of these actions have consequences. All of these different actions have consequences. And the thing is that as far as being defeated, no. Like I said, it just is what it is. It's a lot of wealth in this country. Get the wealth, travel. Um, that's all I got to say about that. As far as how to deal with this dating and mating quagmire in America. Get the wealth as much as you possibly can in this country, and travel. You know, I appreciate you for listening to me. I'm gonna hop on off here and close this one on out.